What is up, guys? Ian here from Co-Create Today, taking that mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance. Today I just want to talk about how phone calls are very important in your life. And I only say that because there's a lot of things that can happen, and with a simple phone call can solve everything. You know, have you ever been charged on like an account with something that you don't use anymore, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, I don't want to pay this money. I don't have the money to pay this, or whatever along those lines is your situation. But if that ever happens, you can always give that service a call, and you can usually get your money refunded. And there are secret things that you can say to like ensure that you get your money back, but that just depends on the company and what the circumstances are. But my roommate actually works at a call center, and if you say certain things, like for example, I'm gonna call my lawyer, or you or like some other things, they are more inclined to refund your money because they don't want any of that financial like problem. Like, they don't want any lawsuits or whatever. But another thing is, this is kind of a side note, if you curse and you swear, the automated like voice recognizing system actually thinks that you're an angry customer, which you potentially are and would be, and it sends you to the front of the list sometimes. So that's just like a random side note. But why call these companies to get things sorted out? Well, I want to say the first and foremost reason why is because you're talking to an actual human being. So whenever we try to do stuff online and we're trying to like accomplish something, and it's strictly like through forms and live chats or just chats and kind of like already existing content, there's a lack of intimacy, I'd say. And when you can call someone and you actually can talk to them, and you can literally change their emotions. And if you get good at talking to people, changing their emotions to jump on your side and wanting to help you, that's probably the most powerful thing you can do when things aren't going your way. And when you can call people and really remember their name and treat them right, and really gain that respect that you need to get the things that you need done, that's how you really begin to take action and really take initiative of things that potentially could go wrong for you. I was just charged $60 on my PSN network. I haven't had a PlayStation for 6 months. So when I saw that, I was like, what the heck? Like, how is that possible? So I tried to cancel the subscription online, but I couldn't. And the only way I could do so is by calling. So I gave them a call, waited patiently, and I just talked to the guy. I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to get a refund. I haven't used my PS4 in about 6 months, and I was just wondering if there's any way that I could potentially get my money back and to cancel the subscription. And as I went through it, he got help for me. And typically they work off scripts, so if you can get them off that script, that's probably the ideal way to maneuver yourself through those conversations, and really to get the thing that you want to get done. And of course you can be kind of savage and say that you're going to call your lawyer, or you're going to do something, you're going to call HR or whatever. There's other ways around that, and I think the best way to do it is just be a genuine person. And I know that's hard to find sometimes nowadays, but if you can really learn how to treat people right and ask, I mean, it's one thing to do something, but it's another thing to actually ask. You can't go anywhere without asking for things here and there. So make sure you are very very up and approachable in that aspect. Always be asking. Make sure that they feel comfortable along in your presence, even through a phone. And I'm actually working on connecting with people better on the phone and making them feel that there's an opportunity at hand that they could not resist. And that is through my mentorship. I'm trying to sit down with a lot of people. I'm getting various numbers of contacts every week, and now it's time to shift that getting the contacts to like sitting down, actually talking to these guys and girls. And like how I would approach a phone call is how I would approach anybody else. However, it's a lot different when you're not facing them, but it's still very, very similar. And basically you just want to be able to talk to them, like ask them how they're doing, like make sure you build some rapport, even if you already know them, and then kind of build it up like, hey, like I talked to my mentor and he's willing to meet up with you, but I wasn't really able to describe like who you were other than yada yada yada. But yeah, that's kind of like wanting me to sit down with you and have a cup of coffee so we can kind of like pick each other's minds and kind of get to know each other, so like a foundation of trust can be built, and it's more easily readable for me to connect you with my mentor, just because I want this to be a very organic, a very smooth process. But that only can happen if you're smooth. So that's probably another tip, is to be very smooth. Don't get lost in your tracks, and have that confidence. And that confidence comes from doing these things many times and over, and eventually down the road you won't even think a second about doing these things and getting to these certain circumstances and situations, because you've done it so many times before, and it just is second nature. And that's what we're trying to be. We're trying to get second nature just going down. So I hope you guys like this video. Maybe you took something from it, but if you like these videos, go ahead and hit subscribe. Other than that, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you later. Thanks, guys.